All right, guys, so I turned the car around here. We're a little bit on more solid ground here so that the jack can hold. Let me show you how to change the tire. Step one, get the tire out of that back seat, put it out here. Step two is going to be for us to loosen the lug nuts over there in the van. Step three is going to be to jack it up. Step four is going to be to loosen the lug nuts more and take the tire out. Step five, put the tire in. But let me just show you piece by piece here. Okay, like I said earlier, step one is to loosen the lug nuts. How do we do that? Let's figure out what size of lug nuts we have. I think it is the 21 millimeter here. Basically what has to happen here is let's find the right versions. Let's lock these into place here. Okay, so that's good. I'll be able to loosen those. Now before I go too deep into loosening the lug nuts, I'm gonna get the jack in the right place. Let me figure out where the right spot for the jack is. I'm gonna have to get real low here. You know what? I'm just gonna use this thing so I don't get too dirty because this ground is super dirty. Let's just see how far down we need to get down. Let's change this tire. All right, so for me to lift it, get the jack in the right place, get it snugged up here. Let's see. Even this ground isn't really all that solid, to be honest, but what it's gonna do is just make sure that the jack is in the right place here. All right. Okay, so the jack's pretty good. I hope. What we need to do is just loosen the lug nuts. Oh, that one was on tight. That one was all right. Oh, that one's tight. Oh my God, why do they tighten these lug nuts so much? Use a torque wrench. That one's gonna be impossible. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that last one. Why is that last one so tight? Is it because I loosened all the other ones? Okay, let me lift up the van a little bit first. All right. I'm hoping that jack holds because the ground is not all that stable. It's lifting. Oh man, you know what? I'm gonna lower it. Let's just see. So much for trying to teach you guys how to change the tire, huh? I'm stuck. is not even in a good enough spot for me to be able to stand. Normally you could stand on that. Oh, yes. Oh, thank God. Brutal. All right. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna line this thing up. Man, this is hard. Okay. We're gonna jack it up a little bit more. And as soon as we got some clearance under the tire, we're gonna undo the rest of the lug nuts and then put the new tire on. Let's see. Is there any movement? Nope. Still no, but close. Yeah, I think I got it. Yeah, for sure. Thanks for stopping though. You too. A lot of people stopping to try to offer some help, which is very cool. It makes me feel way better. If this was in the middle of the night, it would never be because I don't drive at night. Haha. Gonna keep the lug nuts. If I lose even one of these things, game over. I don't have any spare lug nuts, so I'm gonna make sure I don't lose these for sure. Keep those on the side. And what we do is, all right, that jack better hold, man, because the tire is loose now. All right, tire's loose. This tire's gonna come out. This one, I might have to jack it up a little bit more here because, oh crap, we're gonna have to jack this up way more. I don't think my jack's gonna go that high. Holy crap. What are we even doing here? Oh man, that is digging into the ground. That is not good. I'm Another 1/2 inch is all I need. Oh God, this is the most work I've done in such a long time. Almost. Yes. I am totally out of shape. I haven't done physical work in such a long time. Okay. Now when you put these on, let me show you guys. The order in which you put these lug nuts in is really important, all right? Because you gotta make sure they go in like a star pattern so the tire goes in evenly and not jagged and crooked. So, gonna start at the top here. You push this tire in. Now the initial part, it doesn't matter as much, but when you start to tighten this, you gotta do it in a star pattern. Man, I need a drink. Boy, am I glad that I spent the time out in Edmonton to get the spare tire. Holy moly. All right, so the tire is on. Tighten these as much as you can with your fingers. And once this looks like it's on there pretty solidly, don't want to shake it too much. It's on there pretty solidly, tighten in a star pattern. So that, then skip one, go to the next one, skip one, go to the next one, skip one, go to the next one, skip one, go to the next one. It's kind of like a star pattern, all right? So let's do that one. Okay, skip that one, we'll go to this one. Skip that one, we go to this one. Skip that one, we go to this one. Okay, and then skip that one, we go to this one. Now, that's tightened, but is it tightened enough? I don't know, because I don't have a torque wrench. Torque wrench would normally click when it is tight enough. You can see that the guys from the dealership, they tighten those tires way, way, way too much, all right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna try to feel it. Okay, I think it should be about that tight. Okay, you don't want to over tighten. You don't want to under tighten because your wheel will fall off, but you don't want to over tighten either. Okay. Okay. And again, I'm not tightening it with all my strength, all right? I'm just feeling it out to see if it's tight enough, all right? If you don't have a torque wrench, you just got to kind of go with your guts, but hopefully that's enough. Let me just do one final check. Make sure this is tight. Okay, that one's good. This one's good. Good. And good. All right, I don't want to tighten it too much. All right, so that's how you change the tire. Last thing you gotta do is you gotta bring the wheel back down, all right? Hopefully, I'm lucky this thing held, because if you look really, really closely in here, you can see that the jack is digging right into the ground there. That is not good, because the entire car could basically just topple over if too much of that happens. So if I'd done it on the rocks over there, the car would have probably already rolled on top of me. But luckily enough, I pulled over to here. If I was a little bit farther closer to the road, it would be doing a lot less of that, or none at all. But the other danger I run into if I put my car too close to the road is that another big truck runs by, doesn't notice me and hits me, which is a bigger problem than having a bit of this. All right, so it's all about trade-offs. So I'm gonna put this back down. Let me just make sure this other tire is okay back here, because it looks like it's digging into the back of my bumper as I lower it. So that's the flat right there. But basically what we gotta do now is just gotta let this thing back down. All right. And hope the tire holds. All right, tire. You better not pop off. Let's just see. All right, guys, and that is how you change a tire out here in the middle of nowhere. To show you, it's like literally out in the middle of nowhere. But luckily that there are a lot of people that, you know, not a lot, but every once in a while somebody will drop by and offer some help. So it's not like I'm totally on my own here, but basically I'm just gonna do now is I'm just gonna get the jack back to its original position. I'm gonna get all of this stuff cleaned up over here. I'm gonna grab this tire. This old tire, I'm gonna wrap it in something and toss it back into the van, because it is, I don't want all this junk all over my stuff in the van. So I'm gonna wrap it up in some plastic or something, toss it in the van. We'll see. Hopefully you learn how to change a tire. I'm gonna grab some water, wrap up my stuff, and start driving again.